I don't know if you guys saw it, but I made a unboxing video on the Nitro Runner Pro. Now this thing is an absolute wonder. It's kind of like wow. I'll tell you how I felt after climbing on it. I climbed on it a few hours. I put in at least 5-6 hours on it, like total hours in the past 2 days. It couldn't have gone any better. It was an absolute dream to climb on. It reminded me of the Zigzag. The Petzl Zigzag is one of the greatest mechanicals that I've ever seen. When I first saw the Zigzag, I was just like, wow, you know, I want to be that climber that uses the Zigzag. I want to be the climber that climbs on that thing, because look at these guys. They're tending slack so beautifully. They're just walking and slack is tending on a DRT system, right? And I was just like, wow, I need that thing. And for so many years, I've craved it, I've wanted it. And up until, I believe, 2 years ago, somewhere in that range, I actually bought it, and it was everything I wanted it to be and more. I really liked how it felt, how little slack you needed, how little bit of rope weight you needed underneath your system to actually get it to start slack tending on its own. And that goes for an SRT setup and a DRT setup. It was pretty amazing. I didn't expect that to happen. But then I started going to like, I started using the rope wrench with it. I started using a Hitch climber setup with the rope wrench, and that wasn't the case anymore. That didn't happen. And for obvious reasons, right? But then I started using the Akimbo, and so that required more rope weight in order for you to slack tend, you know, without having to pull the slack through, you know what I mean, to slack tend yourself. That automatic slack tending didn't always happen. It might happen on one day, it might not happen the next. It was, the Akimbo is it's something to be tamed, I guess. It's not really the greatest tool out there. It's not so refined. It's still got a lot of rough edges. But I tell you, this thing here is all of that, is all of what the Zigzag is. It just folds up for you just like this, right? You know, you hook up here, and as you start going up the rope, it just slack tends. It really does. It just does it. I don't know why. I don't understand why it doesn't need so much weight underneath it to start slack tending, but it was really nice, and I enjoyed that part about climbing on it. I'll tell you guys about, you know, putting it on. So I took it up with me in the tree, and I started taking it apart. But when I was up in the tree, it was a bit cumbersome to start taking it apart and you know, trying to get the rope through it and everything. It kind of took me a little while. It was worth it, right? But it kind of took me a while to do that. And I was still kind of afraid that I might lose the pulley, because I did lose it. I was just kind of taking it apart one day, and I took apart the pulley first, and then I started taking apart this one. By the time I got to the bird slick pin, the pulley fell out, and then I just had two pieces laying on the ground. And that was this piece and then the pulley along with the slick pin. Anyway, it's not really all that important, but one thing I would tell you is that maybe the order of operations should be you unlock the bird first, and you put that on your rope. Unlock the bird, put that on the rope, and there it is. So now it kind of just stays on there. It's kind of like what I do with the rope wrench. I always put the rope wrench on first. So here goes the second slick pin, right? And then the last. So it doesn't take that long. I've had a little bit of practice with it already, but it is wow. When you dial this thing in, you kind of just like, you sit into it, and then you hold. I like to hold onto the body like this, and then with my thumb, I break the initial friction right there, and then I start sliding. And the way that I go down the rope, it's so smooth. It's very smooth. It's smooth. It can be very fast, and if you had a scale of 1 to 10, you can move, you know, within decimal points of any number in regards to speed. That's how smooth this thing is. That's how much control you get out of this device. And again, it reminds me of the Zigzag, because the Zigzag was the same exact way. It tended so nicely, and you know, you can go really super fast, or you can just kind of dial it down a bit. And I just love that about the Zigzag. The Zigzag is one of my favorite tools. I still have it. I have a 2014 edition of it. This thing is nice. The one thing I will tell you about it is that it flattens the rope. It flattens it a lot, actually. Yeah, so this flattens my rope pretty bad, and I don't like it. I don't like it how it flattens the rope so bad. I really wish it didn't, because when you have a flat rope in there, you know, you don't have so much of that. You don't have that, you know, all the surface area to get you the friction you want. So this Rope Runner Pro can be way better on a rope that has probably less of a hand. This is the Dragonfly, the Teufelberger Dragonfly, and this thing is very nice. You can tie knots, any knot with this thing. This thing is really nice to tie knots with, but it flattens this rope so much, I guess, because it is so supple. And I'm gonna end up going with a static current mantle rope, probably the KM3 or the Fly, I believe that's another one. But yeah, this rope is not good for that. So if you have any type of ropes that have, probably a rope that has a good hand like this, it's probably not going to work. You need a stiff rope for this thing to work really good, to get all those advantages, to just milk the advantages out of it. And yeah, guys, this thing is really good. Also, I did make a video on the lubrication port, and there is no lubrication port on this. Notch made a terrible mistake with that. It was something kind of small, but it seems rushed. So, you know, that's not good. You know, what else did they rush on here? But it's not a lubrication port. The lubrication channel's there. And also, one cool thing that I noticed was that all the slick pins say slick pin, and this one has it really big written there. This one up top, this one there, and then that one. They all say slick pin, so it's really cool. My number is 615, so you know, this is one of the first 100 that was released, and they made at least 615, so there's a lot more for you guys out there. Go out there and buy one. It's a great experience. I did note in my unboxing video that this thing is really noisy, but when you get it on the rope and you're using it and all, it's not noisy anymore. There was a comment in one of the videos that I made about I guess the spinning of this thing, and it does spin. So I hope you guys can follow that there. You see, it spins. This slick pin will spin on you. So I don't know if it'll cut up your hand or anything like that. I hope it doesn't, but you know, it is what it is. You can't really change that anymore. But there it is, guys. It's a really good tool, guys. I went with the smaller carabiner. This is one of the PerfectOs, the small miniature one. I think it's the smallest carabiner I've ever seen. Locking carabiner. It has the smallest gate opening, but it's perfect for this. It's really good. I like it, and it's super lightweight, very lightweight carabiner. And the one that's even lighter than this is going to be the DMM Shadow. Those are small too, and they look a little bit bigger than this one, but the Shadow is actually a bit lighter. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about it. Leave some comments down below, and if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I have the SRT series coming out soon. It's gonna show you how to set your lines, how to get up into the tree, and it's just gonna have a lot of tidbits in there from my experience, the things that I like to do, kind of the culmination of my experience in those videos. I'm gonna channel all that experience right through those videos, and I'm gonna show you guys what I know. Anyways, guys, until next time,